Good morning class. Saira. Today we are going to start with topic kinematics equations. So basically what is the kinematic equation? First of all we will understand its meaning. If a particle is uniformly accelerating, okay, and it is saying that then we have some relation between displacement x, time taken by the particle, initial velocity of the particle v naught, and final velocity v, and acceleration. We can have relation among all these physical quantities. Those relations are called kinematic equations. Okay. So this is your first kinematic equation, that v equal to v naught plus at. In some books it is mentioned that v equal to u plus at also. That has same meaning. V naught means initial velocity. So basically we have to understand how they are related with each other. Now here you can understand that for first equation, we can say for first kinematic equation, we can say that acceleration is defined as final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken. Okay, so from here you can write at equal to v minus v naught, or you can write v equal to v naught plus at. This is first kinematic equation. Now try to understand here that suppose if your particle, or if there is some place A and your vehicle is located at this point, okay, and then this vehicle is moving with some velocity. Suppose it is moving with 5 meter per second. Then this is called v naught. Okay, initial velocity is called v naught. Then suppose your vehicle reach to a point B and it is its final position. Okay, so here its velocity is called v. Suppose it is 10 meter per second. Then distance between A to B, this distance is called your displacement x or s. Okay, and from here to here particle will have acceleration also, that is denoted by a. So basically these kinematics equation are relation between these parameters, like v is final velocity, v naught initial, a is acceleration, t is time taken from A to B. Now we will plot graph between v and t. We know that y equal to mx plus c. This graph is plotted like this, where this length, or say this axis is y axis, here we have x axis, this much length is called interception c. I already told you all these things in my first lecture of basic maths, and this angle is called slope, means measurement of this angle in terms of tan theta, that is called slope. Okay, so here suppose if someone says v equal to at plus v naught, then you have to plot a graph. Then you can make it like this, like v is your y, you will represent velocity at this axis, then you will represent time on x-axis, and you will make your graph like this, where this value will be v naught, means this length will be v naught basically, and this length will be v. Okay, so this is the graph between velocity and time, that is a straight line graph. We can show this graph like this also. Here you can see this graph is same. On the y-axis you have velocity, and on the x-axis you have time. Okay, and then this point A represents your initial velocity v0, and O is your origin actually, and up to point V we have total velocity v from here to here. Okay, then we know that this much length is v0, and this total length is v. If we want to get this much length, you know it will be total v, this v minus this v0, that is v minus v0, v to c length. Okay, so now we will prove the second equation of kinematics. For this we know that we have a relation that v equal to dx by dt. Okay, instantaneous velocity equal to displacement upon time. So from here we can get dx equal to v dt, or suppose this is your side 1 and your side 2, then you know that multiplication of side 1 and side 2 gives us what? That is dx, or displacement. So basically area under this curve, area under this vt curve, that is first side into second side, this area will give us displacement. So we have to determine that area. So here you can understand that area will be equal to area of triangle, okay, plus area of rectangle. Then area of triangle is half into base into height. So base is this much, that is t length. So half of t into height. Height will be v minus v0, plus this side will be t, rectangle area will be t into this height, and this height will be v0. So from here we can get this will be t, and this v final velocity minus initial velocity, that is a into t. From first equation we can write that v equal to v0 plus at. So we can write v minus v0 equal to at. Okay, so using this relation we can write this also, and here this is multiplication sign, so this will be v0 t. So our final answer is, area is our displacement s, or you can write it x also, x or s, that will be this v0 t plus half of a t square. Okay, this is proof for second equation. Now here we will see how to prove third equation of kinematics. We know that this area again can be calculated using formula trapezium. Okay, and in trapezium we know that for trapezium area is given by half of sum of parallel sides into thickness. Okay, so here the first side is this one and second side is this one. So we will write half of v naught plus v into thickness is t. This is our displacement, and say this is equation number 1 right now. We know that v equal to u plus at, or you can write it v naught plus at. From here you can write t will be v minus v naught upon a. So use this relation over here, you will get s equal to half of v plus v naught into t, that is v minus v naught upon a, and you can apply a plus b, a minus b, you will get v square minus v naught square upon 2a, and all this is equal to s. From here we can write v square minus v naught square equal to 2as. This is our third relation. So here you can see that we have proved kinematic equation of uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, we have proved the first equation. Then with the help of this graph We have proved this equation also, that is the second equation, and that is equation number 3.8. actually we have proved the equation 3.8. then after that this equation 3.10, we have proved this equation also. Okay, so all these equations we have done with the help of graph. Now we will prove all these three equations with the help of calculus. On the next page you can see that here it is mentioned all three proof again, but here this time this is proved with the help of calculus, means using integration and differentiation formulas. So we will look for first equation of motion first, and we know that acceleration is given as dv over dt. By this formula we can get acceleration, and if we want to calculate acceleration between 2 points like from A to B, suppose here is your velocity v0 and here your final velocity is v, then at some instant of time the change in velocity is dv, and in the same interval time taken is very less, dt. So this is actually instantaneous acceleration at this point. From here we can write that a dt equal to dv, and if we want to calculate initial and final values of velocity, then we have to integrate on both sides. Okay, and this is differential coefficient of velocity, and its limit will be initial velocity is v0 and final is v. Similarly, this is at t equal to 0, means your initial velocity v0 is at t equal to 0 and final velocity is v when your time is actually got some value, that is t. So from here you can write integration of 1, that is v. Okay, and you will put limit also v to v0, v0 to v equal to a is constant and integration of 1 will be t and limit will be 0 to t. A t minus 0. V minus v0 equal to at. This we can write from here. Okay, or it will become v equal to v0 plus at. Again I will suggest you kindly see the basic lecture of mathematics where we learn what is the relation between differentiation and physical quantities and what is the relation between integral terms and physical quantities. How to integrate, how to differentiate, all things have been explained in initial lectures. Okay, so now we will look for second equation of motion. In the second equation of motion, suppose a particle is starting from here A and it is going up to B, and suppose this is your origin point 0, 0. If we talk about position of A, suppose it is at x0 meter distant and the position of B is x. Okay, then from A to B we can say that our velocity is dx over dt. For any instant our velocity is dx over dt. From here you can write that dx equal to v dt. Okay, and this will become integration of dx equal to integration of v dt, and limit will be of for time limit will be t equal to 0 to t equal to t. And at t equal to 0 your x is x0. You can take this a point also as a reference point or origin, but here we are considering this point at a distance of x0, then x0 to x. Okay, so here we will try to write it x0 to x. This is our limit of integration dx equal to, now remember v is not constant, v is again variable and its value is v0 plus at. It is again a function of time. Okay, that depends on time. Again, what is the meaning of function? I told you in my previous lecture. Okay, so if any physical quantity depends on other physical quantity, then that is called function. And if you more specifically will say this is your this v naught plus at, this is your algebraic function, and limit of t is 0 to t. Then here we can write x. We know that integration of 1 is x and its limit will be x naught to x, and this v naught integration of 1 is t plus integration of t will be t raised to the power 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1, and limit will be 0 to t. Then you will put upper limit minus lower limit, and it will become equal to v naught t plus 1 by 2 of at square. So if we consider x naught equal to 0, then x will be v naught t plus half at square. That is second equation. Okay, or in general form you can use this one also. So one more time check how we prove the second equation, this equation of motion. Suppose your particle is at A, then it is going to B, and initial position is x naught and final is x. Then we can write this relation v equal to dx by dt. So from here dx will be v dt. Just multiply this dt to v and you will write this one dx equal to v dt. Then take limit on both sides. On left side limit will be x naught to x and integration of this dx, then integration of second term v dt, and limit will be 0 to t. Then you will integrate it x naught to x, integration of 1 is x, okay, and integration of v naught is v naught t, because integration of 1 is t. Then integration of at is at square by 2. So your final relation comes out to be either this one, or if you take x naught 0, means initial point A and origin both are same. In that case x naught is 0. Then you can write x equal to v naught t plus half at square. Now let's check in NCERT also. From here further from this word, it is you can note down page number also. This is on page number 48 of your NCERT book. So from here it is saying that second equation can be proved like this: v equal to dx by dt, then dx equal to v dt. Now you have to integrate on both sides. Limit will be x naught to x. This limit will be x naught to x dt, and limit will be 0 to t v dt. Okay. Then you have to put value of v over here, because v is a function of time. Then here you can check that v equal to v naught plus at. Integration of this v naught, okay, integration of this v naught is v naught t, and integration of at is at square by 2. So x minus x naught equal to at square by 2. This is the same relation that we have proved right now, that x minus x naught equal to v naught t plus half at square. Okay, I think this is clear to you. Now we will look for third equation of kinematics, that is v square equal to u square plus 2as, or v naught square plus 2as. We have to prove this equation using calculus, and here they have proved it. You can see in your NCERT book, this yellow part, this is the proof of the equation of kinematics. Means I have highlighted this. You can read it from your NCERT book as well. Again I am telling you, kindly note down this page number 48. Here all three proofs are given. Now here you can understand that we have to prove third equation of motion using calculus. Suppose your point A is somewhere here and point B is somewhere here, and origin point O is somewhere here. Then for A, coordinate is x naught, okay, it is at a distance of x0 from origin and coordinate of B is x. I think you understand it very well what is the meaning of coordinate. Then at this point say your velocity is v0 and at this point your velocity is v. Suppose you are moving from A to B like this, okay. So we know that acceleration is given by formula that is dv over dt. We have to use this relation to prove our third equation by calculus method, okay. So we can write acceleration equal to dv over dt. Remember, we will multiply by dx and we will divide by dx, that is by displacement. Mathematically both can be cancelled out and it will have the same meaning. Then we will interchange these denominators together, okay. So we will write acceleration equal to dv dx over dt. And we know that displacement upon time is our velocity. So acceleration will be dv over dx into velocity. From here, same variable and same differential coefficient. Keep these together like v and dv together and a and dx together. From here you can write that v dv equal to a dx. Then you have to integrate on. If you will integrate, then you have to put this sign of integration, that is v dv equal to integration a dx. Now remember, this is first differential coefficient and this is second differential coefficient. dv, limit of dv will be at this point at t equal to 0, your velocity is v0. So initial velocity is v0 and initial position is x0 and final position is v. So you will write v here and final limit is x, okay. For displacement this final limit is x. So you will write it v square by 2, integration of v is v square by 2 and limit will be v0 to v. Then at right hand side you will write a, integration of 1 is x and limit is x0 to x. You can put x0 0 also. Then you will get it v square minus v0 square upon 2 equal to a x minus x0. So our relation will be like this: v square minus v0 square equal to 2 times of a x minus x0. This is our third equation of kinematics. Or in another form you can take x0 equal to 0. Then you will write v square minus v0 square equal to 2 times of a into x minus 0, or v square equal to v0 square plus 2ax. This is our third equation of kinematics. Here in your NCERT portion also you can read that acceleration is dv by dt and by dv by dx we will write it and then dx by dt, okay. This dx and dx we have multiplied and divided together, okay. So it will be v dv by dx, or you can write v dv equal to a dx. Like here we have done v dv equal to a dx. Then we have integrated on both sides, okay, like this integration sign. Now here also you can see this is saying that you have to integrate both sides, and integration of v dv, limit is v0 to v and x0 to x. Here also you can see limit is v0 to v, then x0 to x. Then after that integration of v is v square by 2. It has directly mentioned that v square minus v0 square upon 2 equal to a times x minus x0. And finally this is your final equation, that is v square equal to v0 square plus 2a x minus x0. If you will put x0 equal to 0, means you are considering origin and initial point both same, then you can write v square equal to v naught square plus 2ax. Okay, so this is all for today. We have done all three kinematic equation and with the help of graph as well as calculus. Next time we will see motion in gravity. Okay, thank you. Sai Ram.